Today our topic is what is the meaning of life? Different philosophical perspectives. Life is a big question, and people have been trying to answer it for thousands of years. Some say life has no meaning, and we must create our own. Others say life's meaning is given by something greater, like God or the universe. Let's explore some of these ideas, and maybe we can find some wisdom to help us live better. First, let's talk about existentialism. Existentialists believe life has no built-in meaning. We are born into a world that doesn't care about us, and it's up to us to create our own purpose. This might sound scary, but it's also freeing. It means we have the power to choose what matters to us. Jean-Paul Sartre, a famous existentialist, said, "Man is condemned to be free." This means we have no choice but to make choices, and with that freedom comes responsibility. If life has no meaning, then we must give it meaning through our actions, our relationships, and our passions. This idea can be motivating because it reminds us that we are in control of our own lives. It's not about waiting for someone or something to tell us what to do. It's about taking action and living authentically. Now, let's look at Stoicism. Stoics believe the meaning of life is to live in harmony with nature and to focus on what we can control. They teach us to accept the things we cannot change and to work on improving ourselves. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This means we can't always control our circumstances, but we can control our attitude and our response. Stoicism is about finding peace and strength within ourselves, even when life is difficult. It's not about avoiding pain or chasing pleasure, but about living with wisdom, courage, and self-discipline. This philosophy can help us stay calm and focused, even in tough times. It reminds us that our happiness doesn't depend on external things, but on our own inner state. Now, let's consider another perspective: religion. Many religions teach that the meaning of life is to connect with a higher power and to live according to divine laws. For example, in Christianity, the meaning of life is often seen as loving God and loving others. In Buddhism, the goal is to achieve enlightenment and end suffering by following the Eightfold Path. These traditions offer a sense of purpose and guidance, and they often emphasize compassion, humility, and service to others. Religion can provide comfort and hope, especially in times of doubt or suffering. It reminds us that we are part of something bigger than ourselves, and that our lives have value and significance. But what if you don't believe in God or follow a religion? Does that mean life has no meaning? Not at all. Many people find meaning in secular or humanistic ways. Humanism is the belief that we can create a good life through reason, science, and empathy. Humanists focus on improving the world and helping others. They believe that life's meaning comes from our relationships, our contributions to society, and our pursuit of knowledge and beauty. This perspective encourages us to take responsibility for our own lives and to work towards making the world a better place. It's about finding joy and fulfillment in the here and now, rather than waiting for some future reward. Now, let's think about hedonism. Hedonists believe the meaning of life is to seek pleasure and avoid pain. This might sound selfish, but it's not always about instant gratification. Some hedonists argue that true happiness comes from long-term pleasures, like deep friendships, meaningful work, and personal growth. The key is to find a balance between enjoying life and avoiding excess. Hedonism reminds us that it's okay to enjoy life and take care of ourselves, as long as we don't harm others in the process. It's a reminder to appreciate the good things in life and not to take them for granted. Now, let's talk about nihilism. Nihilists believe that life has no meaning, no purpose, and no value. This might sound depressing, but some people find freedom in this idea. If nothing matters, then we are free to create our own values and live as we choose. Friedrich Nietzsche, a philosopher often associated with nihilism, said, "God is dead." He meant that traditional sources of meaning like religion no longer hold power in the modern world. But Nietzsche didn't stop there. He believed we could overcome nihilism by creating new values and embracing life fully. This idea can be empowering, but it also requires courage and creativity. It's not about giving up, but about taking responsibility for our own lives and finding joy in the process. Now, let's consider utilitarianism. Utilitarians believe the meaning of life is to maximize happiness and reduce suffering for the greatest number of people. This philosophy focuses on the consequences of our actions and encourages us to think about how we can make the world a better place. It's not just about our own happiness, but about the well-being of others. This perspective can inspire us to be more compassionate and to work towards social justice and equality. It reminds us that our lives are connected to others, and that we have the power to make a positive difference in the world. Finally, let's think about the idea of legacy. Some people believe the meaning of life is to leave a lasting impact on the world. This could be through our work, our art, our relationships, or our contributions to society. The idea is that even after we are gone, our actions will continue to influence others. This perspective can motivate us to live with purpose and to think about how we want to be remembered. It's not about fame or wealth, but about making a meaningful contribution to the world. So, what is the meaning of life? As we've seen, there are many different answers to this question. Some people find meaning in religion, others in philosophy, and still others in their own personal values. The important thing is to find what works for you and to live authentically. Life is short, and it's up to us to make the most of it. Whether you find meaning in helping others, pursuing your passions, or simply enjoying the moment, the key is to live with intention and purpose. Remember, you are the author of your own life. You have the power to create your own meaning and to shape your own destiny. So take a deep breath, embrace the uncertainty, and start living the life you want to live. The meaning of life is not something you find, but something you create. And that, my friends, is what makes life so beautiful and so worth living.